So remember how we said, as Dashers, we don't have to take your order. We can pick and choose which orders we want to take. So if you don't tip us, we don't have to take your order. And remember in the video where I said, when you don't tip, your order just sits there? So yeah, just putting that out there. That was not a lie. There's a whole section dedicated to people who don't tip, and their order just sits there until a Dasher decides that they want to take the order.
This is why I really don't fuck with Doordash or UberEats, because they be fucking up my orders anyway. What the young girl is saying on this video is basically if you don't add the tip to the service, they don't have to pick up your motherfucking food and give your shit. First of all, tipping is a satisfactory service. That means if I'm satisfied with how you bring me my motherfucking food, then I'm going to tip your ass, period. No one is obligated to give you a tip when they don't even know how they're going to receive their food. When I'm at a restaurant, I don't tip the waitress before the service. I tip the waitress after the fucking service. And I don't like the way that DoorDash and UberEats set that shit up where they want you to tip first. Because, baby, one time that happened to me and a girl sent me my food and Sprite was all over my food. What?
What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping in and checking out the channel. So I was on TikTok as always not too long ago and ran across that video. So the video actually started that took me down the rabbit hole was the one of the woman saying she doesn't mess with the food delivery apps because they always get her order wrong, or they're spilling drinks on the burgers, you know, the whole 9 yards of everything she was saying. And then it led me into the other part where the girl was pretty much justifying why she was saying you need to put a tip on your order if you want us delivery drivers to pick it up.
I don't know how many times, guys, I have to say you can do that. You can tip however you want. You have that right. Like, it goes both ways. You don't have to tip me beforehand. I don't have to take your order. Why are y'all mad about that? Like, that's what I'm not getting. Someone explain to me where the anger comes in there when you have the choice not to tip.
Now let's look at this on both sides. Just as the Dasher was saying, I think she works for DoorDash, if you put the tip on the order, you have a higher chance of one of us delivery drivers going to pick up your order. Now on the other side, I can see what the other lady was referring to. I'm not going to pay for a service that I don't even know how good the service is. Does it suck? Are my food going to be damaged? You know, the whole 9 yards of everything she was saying as to why she doesn't put a tip up front. But we do have to understand one thing. We're in a whole different age now, and the service from being inside of a brick and mortar place is different than we have for delivery, you know, like Instacart, DoorDash, Grubhub, UberEats, all the apps that actually bring something to you. And I know many people still won't agree with that. I'm not going to give you a tip until I actually know what the service is.
Y'all are thinking what was meant by that post was that we're accepting your order, seeing that you didn't tip, getting mad and like just being like, oh, well, I'm not gonna take this, and leaving your order right there at the restaurant. So what I'm saying is your order was never picked up to begin with. Your order has been sitting there the whole time. Nobody has ever come to claim it because the offer showed that you didn't tip us. So we got the offer, looked at it, was like, I don't want that, declined the order, and then went on to do a different order.
But things are changing. Like, let's take a look at the oldest delivery thing in the world, which is delivering pizza. I've ordered many pizzas before. And even before all this stuff happening, they would bring me my pizza, they would hand me a receipt, and on there would be a line that asks you first to sign it, and then if you wanted to leave a tip. That's how we used to do it. Now when I order a pizza, on the actual ordering screen, it asks you, do you want to leave a tip? Which means you'll be tipping the pizza guy even before they get there. Now they do something like this guy did, you know, this crazy dude dropping the pizza all over the ground. You tipped them before you got street pizza delivered to you. So I don't see how that's any different now than what we're asking when it comes to this delivery service. Now here's the thing, a lot of you guys might not know that in some of these apps, I think mainly UberEats, I'm not sure how DoorDash works, but if you were to put your tip up front and you got horrible service, they stepped on your food, they wasted the drink, they didn't bring napkins, they didn't bring ketchup, heaven forbid, you can go back in and decrease the tip by adjusting it, or take it away, which is probably what you were planning on doing anyway. But my thing is, if you were planning on tipping anyway, I don't see why that's such a big deal just to go ahead and put it up front. Knowing now that if you didn't know, you can go back in later and decrease the tip if you were not satisfied with the service. And aside all that, even if the app does not offer a tip adjustment, if you got bad service, the app will refund you for it. Like I said, I've ordered Uber Eats, and there's a checklist of things that happen when they drop your food off. How was the food? Was it hot? Was it good? good? You know, was anything damaged? Was anything missing? And if you check and no on that, you're going to be compensated for those things. If all else fails, just give them a call, tell them the story. They're going to refund you. You're going to get your tip back. And more often time than not, to help you be a more loyal customer, they're probably going to give you some kind of coupon or rebate to have you order again. So to make sure your food is hot and get to you a lot faster, I would highly advise you guys putting a tip on there. Get your food, judge your service, welcome to the new age, and then you won't have as many problems as you're probably having right now. I guess for me, it's not that big of a problem because when I order out, I have already factored in what I'm gonna give the delivery person. This was long before I even started doing food delivery myself. That's why I feel people who make this big of a deal out of putting a tip on there probably wasn't planning on tipping in the beginning. Like I say, what's the problem? If you're gonna tip before or after, you're gonna tip. But at that rate, you'd at least get your food. And I really feel bad for the restaurants because that's a lot of orders sitting there with nowhere to go, you know? And the sad part is most of all that stuff is probably gonna be thrown away. And that's just very, very wasteful. I'm hoping at the end of the night, they take that to some homeless shelter or donate it to some people in need, because if they throw all that food away, everybody's losing. I'm talking like in the sense of humanity. There's so many people who are starving who could use that food, and it's just sitting there in hot bags. Another thing too, I don't even know why they continue to make that many orders. And if nobody was picking orders up, I would have just stopped making orders and then start doing them on demand. I think this tip battle is also what's causing the restaurants to delay the preparation time. I'm noticing a lot when I'm going in there now, most of them are either starting the order or finishing up the order as I'm getting in there. Ever so often, some orders are ready when I get there, but I'm starting to see the restaurants take a little bit more time. And honestly, I can't blame them. I don't even get stressed, depressed about it like I used to. I'm like, hey, you got to protect your bottom line and you got to protect your costs. So if that's what you got to do just to make sure someone shows up to pick this up, I get it. But my message to the customers is, if you want to get your food, just consider putting a tip on there. You can always get your money back if it's not up to your service code. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Just something really quick. I would love to know what you guys think about this whole situation in this video. Go down to the comment section below and let's talk. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll catch you on another one. Peace.
Can I just ask like a quick question? Where did you get that we're entitled to a tip from me saying you don't have to tip and tips aren't mandatory? I'm just curious, like where the disconnect was there.
Holy t-shirts, Batman. The holiday months are here and the Geek Year store is now open on Redbubble. Update your wardrobe with our custom apparel, masks, and we even have thank you labels. Also, take some time to view our Amazon merchandise store. Links for both can be found in the description box below. We thank you in advance for your support.